more of what to do before we would start any diet. And this is going to be, we had talked previously about attitude, right? Attitude of curiosity, not, kind of shame or win-lose. So stepping on the scale is super, super important. Beyond that, a refocusing on mindful and intuitive eating. I say probably 20 times a day. The two things you can likely never live the rest of your life without are surveillance weighing and mindful and intuitive eating. What do I mean by that? So intuitive eating, this is where we forget everything our parents or anyone else or anything you've heard in the media ever told you about when or how or what you should eat, and just stop and listen to your own body. Are you physically hungry? You have pain in your stomach, right? Not I want, not I'm a little stressed, not I come home and I open the fridge just to check the fridge. But I am actually hungry. And that is how we will try to transition to deciding when to eat. There's a couple caveats to this, and there's a couple times I will tell you, especially for protein, to sometimes go ahead or plan, intake. But for just starting, this is a great place to start. What if, right? Attitude of curiosity. What if we could actually listen to our own body and find that that's enough, at least for a while, at least till the next plateau. And so start there. And then mindful eating, right? So how we decide to eat is going to be intuitive, maybe even what we eat. But mindful eating means when I have intuitively decided when to eat, then I am going to be eating mindfully. Look, brass tacks, by the end of this, you're going to be having metabolic adaptation, and kind of in a way, unless we have some decent activity, we're not going to get that many calories. So you want to enjoy what you do get. Food is awesome. And so when you are eating, we are not reading a book. We are not driving a car. We are not standing up, walking around. We are not, doing anything else. You're actually focused on your food, looking at it, enjoying it, but also still listening to your body and thinking like, okay, when there is an absence of hunger, not when I'm full, way too late, not when the plate is empty, but when there is silence, peaceful, quiet satiety, that is when we're going to stop eating. Okay? And so I think that is a fantastic way, as is tracking. Now, a lot of people have a little bit of noise about tracking. I'm just going to tell you, by the evidence, intensely supported. And in fact, there are some studies that show this too, in combination with surveillance weighing, to be competitive with Ozempic at around a year. So you definitely want this. But again, the attitude is everything. So many times previous in life, you may have been tracking or entering your food into an app, but tracking with an idea of don't ever go through this amount. And that's never, ever what we mean here. Because believe me, the number one rule around this clinic is if it's working, don't touch anything. I don't care what I said. My job is to inform you of everything. Your job is to cafeteria this, right? And find what works for you in a slow, sustainable change that is you can do for the rest of your life, because that's how long we need it. So if things are not progressing with surveillance weighing and mindful and intuitive eating, we need, again, more data. So what's going on? So this is tracking. I love it if you can enter it in an app, because I don't want to have to add stuff up. I don't get the workbook thing, but to each their own, right? And so at any rate, we are tracking with an attitude towards, what's going on? And this is where we teach 4 variables of food, not 1, which is calories, 4, okay? And so there are generally a few areas where consumption can go wrong, and that we can talk about what we're tracking with an attitude of curiosity, entering kind of time and what I'm having, so that I can review that and know oh, this is probably what we need to change. Let's see how that goes, okay? And so one of those is going to be calories or total amount. Another one's going to be how close to bedtime. Oh, I don't like that one. Everyone knows my patients. I don't like rules 2 and 4. So how close to bed, that can derail almost anything. Frequency is going to get into hormonal signaling. So sometimes the same number of calories, but if we literally rearrange when you're having stuff, we can pick up loss. And then also the quality of food, which has to do with how processed foods can sometimes interfere with the gut microbiome. So again, all of that to say, when we're getting started before any diet, definitely some surveillance weighing, definitely mindful and intuitive, and definitely tracking when we need it is a fantastic place to start. And at all times, realize like this is your body, right? So I can say whatever, but the answer is if what you're doing is working, I don't care. It's working. So we're going to surf that wave to your next plateau and then talk about changes at that time. So again, save those steps. This is really what we want to be doing forever. So small, tiny changes for long-term sustainability and success.